On divorce court today. Bedbug sleeping with an entire hip-hop group and a Ratchet phase are just a few of the accusations Leah and Nathan sling at each other. Their 5 turbulent years together have finally boiled over and they are ready to split. Leah Palmquist and Nathan Sellers have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Ms. Palmquist and Mr. Sellers, you two have been together for 5 years. You do not want to be together anymore. Ms. Palmquist, you're suing for a significant amount of money with respect to some furniture and other items. But before we get to there, Ms. Palmquist, why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and how we've ended up in divorce court here today?
Okay. Nate and I have been together about 5 years off and on. We met in 2009 at a Halloween party. I was a queen bee. I was dressed as a bee with a little hat on. And Nate was Hello Kitty. I was dating someone else at the time, and we clicked immediately. Our birthdays are 1 day apart from each other, Nate and I. And
well, now that's a reason to date.
well,
That's
no, but
a
you know,
good
on a kind of spiritual and connective level, we have many things in common. We get along really well. So we were friends for about 6 months, and then we started dating. We lived together. He moved with me to my house. And that's when our relationship kind of got sour and chaotic. I started questioning a lot of things about him. He's quite flamboyant in his personality, is a polite way to say it, which I appreciate, and I love him as an individual, and that's why I like people who are themselves. But
now, when you say flamboyant, are you using it as a euphemism for questioning his orientation, or is he just a little too flashy for you?
He's a little too flashy for me, and sometimes it does make me
I did note your fingernails. Could you give us a view of your fingernails?
His sexuality.
That's out there. That's out there. But hey, it's your fingernails, so you do what you want.
That's what I was saying.
Right. Anything else that he did that made the relationship become less than what you wanted?
Yes, he's very jealous, and to the point of paranoia. He accused me.
Objection.
Mr. Sellers, no.
Okay.
This sounds ridiculous, but he accused me of sleeping with the entire Wu-Tang Clan.
She did.
Do you even know the Wu-Tang Clan?
She went backstage.
I did.
Oh, so you did know them?
Well, yes. I had an amazing night one night, and a really good opportunity.
It was amazing, all right.
Hang, Mr. Sellers,
it was amazing.
Well, how amazing was it?
It was...
She gave Wu some thing.
I did not know.
Mr. Sellers, you're gonna have to stop
Nothing inappropriate happened. And let me just, put on the record that the Wu-Tang is nothing but gentlemen. They treated me highly respectful. I would never cheat on him. But also, I don't know if this is appropriate to say, but I would never be like a bust down or a groupie in that type of situation. It just so happened.
Bust down, that's a new one. I don't know bust down. I know what a groupie is,
okay,
but bust down.
I kept my lady points together, okay? But basically what happened is I met Wu-Tang, I got on their tour bus, I went back to the hotel, and I was just hanging out all night, and it was amazing. And I mean, we were not doing anything but talking,
Were you
politicking.
with Mr. Sellers?
No.
Were you dating Mr. Sellers?
I was dating him.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I was dating him at the time, and he was living at my house. And now I lost track of time, and I didn't really look at the time. And all of a sudden, I look at my clock, and I'm 7 in the morning, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. And so I jumped in a taxi, and I went home immediately. And as soon as I was at home, I get approached by Nate, and he starts accusing me of sleeping with them all. And
But you stayed out all night, got on a tour bus with a band or a group. I mean, that's bust down behavior, is it not?
It might be, but it's also... You're right, Your Honor. I'll give you that. It doesn't sound very good, but for me, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And you took it.
Yeah, and I took
Mr. Sellers, let me ask you something. Was this incident...
When she came...
I'm talking.
She was just...
Was this incident something that occurred during what you call, in your papers, her ratchet period?
Oh, no. Well, this was long after I thought her ratchet period was over, but after that
describe
concert,
her ratchet period to me.
when I first met the plaintiff, She had gold teeth. She would drink.
That is a lie, Your Honor.
Stop.
Moscato mixed with malt liquor. That was her favorite signature cocktail, which she came up with.
Well, what other ratchet things was she doing?
She taught my niece how to. I walked in on this. I didn't exactly see the lesson. I just came in on my niece. She was teaching her how to twerk on a handstand invertedly. I caught them, yes.
Did you teach the 4-year-old how to twerk?
No, and I would never do that. I have 3 nieces of my own who are around the same age, and I would never want any of them to do that.
So what other ratchet behavior did she engage in? We got the gold teeth. We don't know about the twerking. She went off with the Wu-Tang gang.
And then it's not only the ratchet behavior, it's her temper. She's very temperamental.
Give me an example of something she's done that indicates or shows her rage.
I ate a cherry popsicle, the last one out of a box of 42. Ate all the cherry ones. She went in there, slammed the refrigerator like I was afraid for myself. I was in there playing the PlayStation. She came in there, she was raging, and she was like, "Arr!" And then she like came over there and like kicked the PlayStation over, stumped it, was ripping the popsicle papers off, throwing them all over the place,
Was she
going
mad
crazy.
because she couldn't get a cherry one?
I ate all the cherry ones. I
Yes.
like the red popsicles, and she went ballistic.
Did you go ballistic because there were no red cherry pops left?
A little bit, but I did not smash any PlayStation. Okay, I don't like grape popsicles. I don't like banana popsicles. I only like cherry and orange. And he ate them all. And I wasn't feeling good, and he knows that. I was sick. And so, yes, I got upset, but he's acting like I was...
And she zapped
like,
me with a taser gun
throwing
before
things.
in
No.
relation to cramps.
Oh, no,
And
no,
then-
no. What? Let's stay above the gutter just
Thank
a little.
you.
I didn't know that you weren't supposed to say that to a woman who was experiencing cramps. But she zapped me with a taser gun like that's what they feel like.
It was kind of a joke.
I peed on myself.
It was supposed... I didn't know it was gonna hurt him like that, and he's making it seem like I was like abusive.
You mean to tell me you didn't understand that zapping someone with a taser gun would hurt them?
I did. You have to understand that we were playing at the time.
I was
making
asleep.
it seem
she
like...
was playing with me. I wasn't playing.
But playing or not playing, a taser gun hurts.
I know, and we got rid of it.
Okay.
Okay? I no
Allegedly.
longer am in possession of any weapons of that
Allegedly.
nature.
Next, lousy scrambled eggs are one thing, but what did Nathan do when Leah tried to microwave a turkey? Is a third wheel causing problems in your relationship? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real relationships in crisis. Divorce Court continues.
One of your complaints, Mr. Sellers, is Ms. Palmquist is an awful cook.
Yeah, she's not really, I mean, awful in the sense, like, not really good with making scrambled eggs. That's just not her dish in particular. Scrambled
Well, that's
eggs.
just one dish, though.
Well,
Anybody
then there
could
was
have a bad
the
dish.
turkey for Thanksgiving that she microwaved and fed to our dog and sent it to the vet to get its stomach pumped as a result of that.
Hang on just a second. Ms. Palmquist, even I know you're not supposed to microwave a turkey.
I know this as well. We don't even own a microwave. We were at someone else's house, but I am an amazing cook. I have dinner parties at my house all the time. He's lying
But I
about
want to
that.
understand about the microwave turkey. You're saying that never happened? So it did happen.
Okay, it semi-happened because the turkey was taking a long time to defrost. We were at somebody else's house, and they had a microwave, and they suggested that they put it in the microwave. I said that is a bad idea because meat needs to slowly defrost in order for the bacteria to not accumulate.
Did it smell funny or something at the end because you fed it to the dog instead of people?
No, it didn't smell funny, but I did feed it to the dog, and the dog did get sick.
And he did
And
have
we
to have
didn't
a
eat
stomach
it.
pump.
I refused to eat it.
I refused to eat it too because I knew that, you know, she really wasn't that great making turkey. So I was just like...
Let me ask you this, Mr. Sellers. She's a beautiful woman over there. Did you get her just to cook?
No, I did not get her just to cook. I got her to clean and to... I'm kidding. I really do love her, though. She is my best friend in the world, though. I love her. On more levels than just a cooker or a cleaner.
Well, now that she's through the Ratchet phase,
Now that she is
why are you unhappy? Well, I guess you're not really the one unhappy, Ms. Palmquist. You're the one who wants to go now. Why don't you tell me what it is about Mr. Sellers that makes you, after this considerable period of time, want to leave him?
Well, one of the reasons is financial. I have always had a full-time job, mainly my entire life. Nathan has struggled to have a full-time job. He gets gigs here and there, and then he focuses a lot on school, which I'm supportive of because you need to have an education. The other aspect is it does have to do with our sex life and sexuality. I don't necessarily believe Nate is 100% straight.
I am 100% straight.
Mr. Sellers, hang on. Let her speak her piece. Why don't you think he is?
Well, there's obviously some, little... The fashion, I get. He's an individual, and I'm accepting of that. And I mean, we can have this conversation that sexuality is on a multiple scale, and you can fit anywhere in there. And I am supportive of that in every way. But for our relationship, it makes me a little uncomfortable. There was a couple times where, one time, we were out together at a bar. I went to the bathroom, and when I returned, he was at the bar, so close to this man who happened to be gorgeous, and just talking him up and all in his face. And I came up and I said, what sports were you talking about?
Ms. Palmquist, talk to me. Talk to me.
Okay, because we both know he was not talking about sports.
But it's a bar, though, and it's hard to talk at a bar. You have to get close to people so they can hear you. That is not necessarily suspect.
You don't need to get that close. If I wasn't wearing a skirt, I would kind of show you. You know how you sit at a bar stool and your legs can go like this around somebody? Well, that's what he was doing to him.
I was getting closer because we was in a bar because I couldn't hear.
And he was gorgeous. I mean, he was tall, handsome, very beautiful, light eyes. I got it. But Nate was, I made us a new friend. He was very surprised when I came over, almost like, oh, you just messed up my game for a minute. And so I approached him and I said,
I'm not buying it, Mr. Sellers. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm not buying it.
Okay, so... Oh, there's more to this. So he tried to just, he got defensive and deny and said, this is our new friend. He's going to buy us drinks.
Did he not buy us drinks?
He did buy us drinks, but...
Did you not drink the drinks?
I did drink the drinks.
Mr. Sellers, you're all out of order, but I do enjoy you. I really, really do.
When Divorce Court continues, even though she can't cook, is Leah really trying to fatten Nathan up?
Do you believe that Leah and Nathan can overcome their intimacy issues? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now, 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mr. Sellers, your papers give me the impression that you believe that Ms. Palmquist isn't quite satisfied with you. He's always comparing you with Rick Ross.
Yes.
And that you think she likes big fat dudes, and you're not one.
Dudes. She always.
Now, why don't you tell me why you believe these things?
Well, anytime we go out to eat, she always insists that I get a little extra gravy on my mashed potatoes. She always insists that I get more butter. She owns a fat suit for me. She bought it for me. She bought me a fat suit.
She bought you a fat suit.
Not to mention, she introduces me as her anorexic boyfriend to her friends.
Okay.
Hi, this is Nate.
Hang on, I'm still at the fat suit. She comes home one day with a fat suit and say, try this on?
I come home, and we're in the bedroom where the magic is happening, and it's about to get magical and majestic. And then, boom, she said, hold on, I got something for you. Go in the closet. She even had a beard, too. She had the fat suit, the arms was out. And at first I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna do this. But then, she was like, come on, it'll turn me on or whatever. So I put on the fat suit. And then when I put it on, she was complaining that my arms didn't quite match the girth of the suit, still calling me skinny and stuff. And I put on the beard, and then I started rapping like Rick Ross.
Ms. Palmquist, did you make Mr. Sellers put on a fat suit, a beard, and rap like Rick Ross?
I did not make him rap like Rick
more
Ross.
like ad-libs,
but I
like,
did
whoa,
purchase the fat suit.
whoa.
It was more of a joke.
Uh-huh.
It was around Halloween. I mean, it was like September when this
Yeah.
happened.
There's nothing wrong with liking plump guys.
No,
I mean, do you
there's
like
not.
plump guys?
I like, yeah. I do like bigger men. I like beards.
By bigger fat, you mean?
Well, that's not, I mean,
There
did
could
you
be some
mind?
muscle underneath there.
Mr.
Just
Sellers, at the end of the
fat.
day, did you mind?
I didn't mind. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Well, I don't need a demonstration, but okay. We're gonna get past that one.
Because the problem is that he was used to weigh more when we first started dating.
Like 5 pounds more.
No, like 25. And he is extremely skinny now, and his bones hurt me. They literally dig into my body, and it's extremely uncomfortable.
This is
I'm
how
just-
she treats me and my
Well,
bones.
let's move off the physical for a moment. You say, Ms. Palmquist, that you and Mr. Sellers are at 2 different stages in your life, mentally
Correct.
and physically. What do you mean by that?
Well, I just,
You want a house and kids.
yes, yeah, I do want to get married. I want to have a long-term relationship with a house and children and a garden, and Nate is not interested in that at all. And I want to travel as well, but Nate wants
Well,
to jet
how old are
set.
you, Ms. Palmquist?
I'm 28.
You're 28 years old. Mr. Sellers, you're not interested in getting married and having kids? And nothing wrong with it either. You got a right to do what you want to do.
So do it look like I'm gonna put these in a dirty diaper or in a sink full of dishes or on a tool or something? I'm not really domestic when it comes to stuff. I like to just not.
You like to
really-
chill, everything to be
Yeah.
nice, bling out a little this, bling out a little that,
Text
relax.
somebody maybe.
Text.
Yeah.
Maybe make a phone call. Maybe, depending.
The ambition is just running rampant.
It's
right?
just, and she just wants to have kids. And
I got you. I got you.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
Ms. Palmquist, you say you want $3,500 from Mr. Sellers.
That is
why
correct.
don't you tell me quickly why that is the case?
Because he gave me bed bugs.
I didn't give her
How'd
the
that
bed
happen?
bugs.
So when he moved in with me and we lived together for quite some time, and he made the decision to go to Milwaukee, he asked to store some of his belongings in my apartment, which I'm fine with. One of those belongings was our bed frame that he recently gotten out of his storage unit and moved into my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got bed bugs. And it took me a while to
Objection.
realize that I
Hang
even
on.
had bed bugs, because at the time I was stressed out. He had moved to Milwaukee. I was swimming a lot. So I was swimming like 3 times a week. And I started getting, red bumps. I didn't know what they were. And I was asking people, and people would just say, oh, it's probably from the chlorine. You've been swimming so much. Mm-hmm. Well, thank goodness I have a cat named Iggy who discovered the bed bugs, because
She's a
without
detective.
Iggy...
Okay. I said quickly.
Okay.
And we're past that
Right.
juncture already.
So I got bed bugs. It was awful. It was a 3-month ordeal to get rid of them, because my landlord did not take me seriously at first, and he just said, oh, you don't have them that bad? Quick spray. Then 3 weeks later, they'd be back. 3
How
weeks
long
later.
ago was this?
This was in 2011.
You know what year this is?
2014.
You know you're not getting any money, right? I don't know if he gave you bed bugs or not.
I
It was
didn't.
3
We got
years
it from
ago.
the
You
same
were sleeping
person.
with him afterwards. You're fine with it. There will be no recovering this matter.
Leah and Nathan respect the judge's ruling and have moved on. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter @Divorce Court.